Evening, folks. How are you? What you're thinking? What the fuck's going on here? Is it Friday already? He's doing a live stream on a Monday night. I know. Fucking tell me about it. Anyway, yeah, I've survived. If you watched my Friday waffle on Friday, funnily enough, you'll see I had to kind of hastily disappear because I was on my way somewhere, and what was I going to say? I'm just checking you can hear me. And yeah, the road that was going to be taken was shut. So that kind of flung me a wee bit. So yeah, yep, you've seen the title. Who was it actually? I think it was what's his name? Julian Rignall, ex Zap reviewer. He put up a tweet of yeah, nice beard. He put up a tweet of some US, it was a US Gold advert, and when I saw it, I'm like, oh wow, that is just really talk about nostalgia. That really, really hit the nostalgia button for me. So I'm going to share it with you. This was an advert from the very, very early days. Display capture. You're going to not see me for a second. Hopefully, you can still hear me. Yeah, this was. In fact, let me just zoom out. US Gold. Now, I can distinctly remember this advert, and this was before we were getting. This was before we were getting software from America, and I mean, we're talking about 1984, and a lot of the software that was coming out in the UK was shit. And this was like the cream of what do you call it, American software, and it looked so exciting. So very quickly, let's just zoom in. Yeah, NATO Commander, F-15 Strike Eagle. I bought that. I bought NATO Commander. I bought F-15 Strike Eagle. I think I got a copy of Solo Flight. Spitfire Ace. Don't think I bothered with that one. Flack. I got a copy of that on what was it? It was not Band Aid, Soft Aid. I'm sure that came in Soft Aid. Snokie, I got a copy. Strip Poker, I bought. Fort Apocalypse, I think I got a copy of. Blue Max, got a copy of. I think I bought Zax. And Sentinel, that wasn't one I was really that familiar with. I can picture it. I think it's kind of like a Star Warsy sort of shoot 'em up type thing. Drelbs, I think I had a copy of that. Wonderful game. Let's move that up there. Mystic Mansion, I think that's a sort of an adventure type game, so I can't say I've ever actually loaded that. Beachhead, what can I say? Best game ever. It's when I think of US Gold, I just think of Beachhead. Dallas Quest, yeah, it was a text or a graphical adventure. Pretty shit, but anyway. Bruce Lee, another Stonewall classic. Pooyan, which was an arcade, a home port of Pooyan Arcade. O'Reilly's Mine, don't remember much about that. Text Pro and Data Pro, they can bugger off. It's interesting that they've actually featured this in a games magazine. Slinky, a fantastic Qbert clone. Caverns of Kafka, I think again, I'm sure that's another sort of an adventure type thing. And then Aztec Challenge and Forbidden Forest. So I thought I was actually going to do this as a video, I couldn't be arsed. So I thought, why don't I do an hour's live stream? I might go at 9:30. I'm actually away early tomorrow morning. I'm actually driving down south, so I need to get a fairly early night. So I'll see how I get on with it. The plan is to try and play all these games. I'm not going to really spend too much time looking at the sort of the flight simulators and all that bollocks. So anyway, yeah, right. Let's kick things off. I'm just going to have a quick drink of my water. Still on my detox diet. Hopefully, I think I'm looking a bit skinnier. Um, I've been on a kind of detox diet for about 6 weeks. It doesn't. I don't even think of it as a diet because all you do is you don't have a breakfast, which I never bored with anyway. You have a lunch, normal lunch, and then you don't have anything else to eat. You don't have any shit like snacks or crisps or what have you, and then you have your dinner at night, and then after that you just don't have anything till the following morning. So you're having two kind of regular meals, lunch and dinner, and you just drink tons of water. So I think I've lost about 8 or 9 pounds, which isn't bad. Not bad considering I've done bugger all. So right, let's head across to the Mister and webcam. Hopefully everything is all right. There we go. Excuse me, I'm just going to take that. Okay, right, let's kick things off with Punchy C16. Yeah, that's a first. That is a thing you'll never normally see. The C16 version had the best one. Right, let's get my Mister switched on. Now, I did notice when I was doing I did a Spectrum Next live stream a couple of weeks ago. The sound seemed to be kind of fading in and out. Now, I don't know whether that was OBS, whether that was the Spectrum Next, or whether it was the capture card. I don't know. Hopefully, this is going to work all right. But right, anyway. Oh shit! I've just realised I have. Where the hell is the picture about? Hang on. I need to put that back in there again. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually type the names of the games. What we're looking for. Right, okay. So, right, we've got NATO Commander. We've got F-15. If I know bollocks to that, I'll not bother typing it. I'll just move that over there. There we go. Right, that can move over there. Colin, what 64 emulator runs on a Mister? The Mister doesn't run emulators. It's the Mister is the computer. The Mister basically is the computer. So it's called a core, a C-O-R-E. And what you do is you load the core into the Mister and it effectively becomes that machine. And that's what makes the Mister such a great thing, because it's 99.9% accurate. It is effectively the actual bit of hardware, Colin, if that makes any sense. Right, let's get that back. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right, let's get the joystick right. I think, in fact, I know, because I did start recording this as a video, and then I thought, nah, I'll just do it as a live stream tonight. Now, I've got an hour and 15 minutes, so yeah, we need to kind of keep it brief. Computer. Now, what I'm going to do, Commodore 64. I'm going to make that a wee bit bigger, like that. You get over there, and then you can effectively become full screen. How's that? There we go. Right, Mr. Vid. Perfect. Perfect. Right, so the first game is NATO Commander. Now, don't think that would be a cartridge. D64. Hey, LFC, how you doing, mate? Yeah, WinVice is excellent, Colin. It's probably the go-to emulator for Windows. It was the one I was using all the time. There is a few others that have appeared, but yeah, it's a great emulator. Right, NATO Commander. There we are. NATO Commander. Now, I did buy this. I think it got a really good review in Zap, and then I quickly realised that, yeah, these kind of games aren't really things that I want. Now, well, this is probably a bad example. Tell you what, wait a wee minute. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to... Oh, that's going to be really loud, I think. No, that's fine. Okay, what I was going to do is I was going to load up a SID tune. How is the volume for this? Is it all right? Right, I'm going to move that. How can I move that over there? Right, that's fine. Yeah, this is... I'll just let it play the demo. NATO Commander. Yeah, you played the part of a commander of NATO, which was the... yeah, they were fighting against the Warsaw Pact. Now, if you're a child of a certain age, you'll probably remember the old... what do you call it? Cold War back in the 80s, when we really thought that we were going to have a nuclear war. It was absolutely terrifying. Yeah, scary times. I mean, the government were putting on things like public information films about if you do happen to hear the uh, the the 4 minute warning, you have to lie down if you're outside. If you're in a house, you had to take the doors off the hinges. You had to unmake the bed, and you had to stack up suitcases and cardboard boxes and mattresses and make yourself an air raid shelter so that you would survive a nuclear holocaust. So yeah, this game was obviously playing on the fears. I can't remember anything about it. This is a demo that you can see. Yeah, once I get another game, hopefully the sound is all right. Let me know if it's too loud, if it's not loud enough. Oh, is it going night time or something? Right, anyway, we're not going to waste any more time on this one. It was, by all intents and purposes, it was a good war game. I think it was, I do remember playing it, and I think it was quite simplistic, which for me was made it a better game because I'm not really into really heavy strategy-based games. But yeah, I assume the reds are the Warsaw Pact and the blues NATO, and presumably the greens are negative or kind of neutral. So anyway, that was NATO Commander. The next one, which I'm going to let you, I'm just going to play a demo, is F-15 Strike Eagle. I did buy I did buy this. It came in quite a big cardboard box, and it had a lot of stuff. It had a big thick manual and that. It was great. That was when games were games. You got really big manuals, and it was quite exciting to read. The reason I bought this was because I'm sure Zap gave it a really good review. Right, F-15 Strike Eagle. There we go. This was probably my first and last. You're my everything. No, this is probably my first and last foray into what do you call it? Flight simulators. Select the cursor. Oh, right, okay. Now I think this one does have a demo mode. I'm not going to attempt to play it. Yeah, it will do a demo thing. It's mental to think this game came out, what, 40 odd years ago. Libya, Egypt. I don't even know what that is. And here we are, 40 years later, we've still got the same problems. Now, looking at it now, this does look a bit wank because, I mean, what would you say the frame rate is in this? It's probably about maybe 6 frames per second. But back in 1985, that was all we knew. We didn't have anything else, and so I remember at the time thinking it was juddery, but I didn't know any different. We didn't have 120 frames a second, 60 frames per second. So although, like I said, I knew this was quite juddery, it didn't actually distract from the experience of actually playing this. Yeah, I mean, quite a nice looking game. You've got obviously the little map bottom left. You've got this sort of radar thing in the middle, and then you've got your sort of an overview of all your weapons and what have you. I don't think there's. Wait a minute, something's niggling me here. The sound seems to be coming and going. I'm not sure why. Rather than stop the stream and then piss about and then end up abandoning it, I think we'll just continue to go with it. But anyway, that's enough of that. That was F-15. I think we've got one more. I've got one more flight sim. Solo flight, and I've got 2 more. We'll just get them out the road first. Reset. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to load up a SID tune just to see. Oh, it's obviously got to be monitoring they're on. Oh, well, there's the last V8. Yeah, the sound is.
V8, return to base immediately.
The sound is shit. I'm wondering if it's because I was playing, when I was doing a stream, the Spectrum Next, I ended up having to, was it filter or something that I put on? I'm going to take that one away. Right, that solved it. I'm assuming that was way too loud. That should be better, Ox. What do you think? How's that? Is that better? I'm just going to let this run until somebody confirms that the sound is fixed. And it's okay now. Right, good stuff. Right, let's get back to business. Detach cartridge. If you just joined the stream, we're looking at a number of the early US Gold games. What we're looking now, Solo Flight. The Solo Flight was one of these games. It was kind of like more like an arcade flight simulator. It was a lot simpler to play. Where is it? Solo. Oh, Solo something another. Come on. Solo Fright. Now there seemed to, yeah, I do remember there was a second version came out, which was like enhanced, second edition enhanced. Well, let's try the enhanced. Demo, yeah, I'll just look the demo. If I tried to play it, we'd literally be here all day, so yeah. Yeah, actually, it looks more like I was going to say pilot wings than it does a flight simulator. What made it kind of stand out was the fact that rather than having the inside view, it was a first person view, sorry, third person view, I should say. Which, yeah, made it was a nice little game. Quite simplistic, I think. How's the sound volume? Is it all right? The sort of balance, and it didn't seem. I think because it's got that view, it doesn't seem to appear as like as stuttery and jittery as like other ones. I mean, you can see the. Excuse me, I've just bit of wind there. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be quite as jittery, but if you look at that, I mean, it's probably playing about, I don't know, 10 frames per second. But it was a great game. It was a nice little flight simulator. That's the thing. Back in the early days of all these computers, flight simulators, there were loads of them. People wanted to. When computers first came along, people wanted to play chess and fly planes, and that was it. Yeah, looking at it now, it does look very basic. But see, that's not bad. I mean, the update on that, I think's not too bad. Right, anyway, that is Solo Flight. Reset. And I think you'll be delighted to know that we've only got one more flight sim to look at. And I'm sure it's a bit shit. Well, I'm saying I know it's a bit shit because I did start making this as a video. What is it? Spitfire Ace. There we go. Microprose. Yeah, these are all made by the same company. Now, I don't think this one's. I don't think there's a demo mode in this one, so we'll have to play it. Floyd of the Jungle. That's the thing about all these US Gold games. They all advertised each other, so you kind of knew what was coming out. Beaver Dam Road. What a great name. Hunt Valley. Let's go for Dunkirk, number 2. Now I can't play this, so I'll apologise now. Enemy sighted at 1500 feet. F7 to begin up. Right, wait a minute. Swap joysticks. Yes. And it's still doing nothing. What the hell? Doesn't like that. No. Right, I don't know if it's crashed, this one. Right, you know what? I'm not going to even bother trying to reload it. This is what it looks like. This is about as good as it gets. You can see there they're actually using computer-defined graphics. It looks more like a basic typing. So not all, excuse me, not all the games from US Gold were classic. They weren't all gold. There was some US shit, which this one was. Right, doesn't want to work. Anyway, right, that's enough. You'll be delighted to know that's enough of the flight simulators. Right, let's get back to the little picture. So the first one we're going to play is a game called Flack. Now this is, it's kind of like an Xavius clone. Quite underrated. Cheers, Keith. Take care, buddy. What was I saying? Yeah, it was quite it was kind of a game that it kind of largely went under the radar. Oh, there it's there. Flack, the ultimate flight experience, apparently. There we go. Move that over there. That's fine. Now, Troy Linden, I'm sure he worked on Summer Games and also Barry McGuigan's boxing. I might be talking shite. Right, that's the wrong joystick. It's actually really difficult, this game. The bullets come out at 100 miles an hour. Now, I'm making this look easy, obviously. I am a professional, so yeah. If you ever get the chance to play it, you'll not do as well as me. I remember when this came out, because there was the local rugby club that my dad used to take me to, what do you call it? They had an Xavius arcade cabinet, which me and my mate used to play, and I wasn't aware of Xavius being out in the C64. I know it did come out, but I didn't realise that at the time. But to me, this was Xavius. It was like having an arcade machine at home. But for an early game, it's actually pretty good. It's got really, really smooth scrolling. Quite basic now when you look at it, but it does provide a stiff challenge. Oh, for Christ's sake. Thanks very much to everyone that's tuned in tonight. Like I said, it wasn't planned. Well, I planned it. I suppose anything that you do is planned. I've only planned it about half an hour before I put the post up. I know what you're thinking. He says he's not doing live streams and then he's done 2 in what space a week. As I've always said, I will do, if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. And because I've not been making a lot of videos or doing live streams, it's actually quite fun doing an occasional live stream like this. I think it looks quite nice actually for an early game. Game over. How are we doing for time? Right, we need to batter on, folks, because I want to try and get through. I want to get through as many games as we can. That was Flack. Right, next one. Detach cartridge. Is there Snokie? I don't know if this is based on. Is this based on an arcade game by any chance? I just remember this being bollocks hard. Now, I'm sure. Right, okay, you can't just run off. Oh, crap. It's one of these games where you can have about 4 games in the space of Troy London as well. Well remembered, Oaks. Oh, for crying out loud. Yep, that's exactly it. Infuriatingly hard. I'm sure Mark 20th Century Gaming, I'm sure he played this one. He's quite a good player, but he's got a lot of patience. Oh, bollocks. Arse biscuits. Is the sound levels alright, guys? Let me know. That's right, it did. It came out in Atari 800. Now, I think most, if not every single one of these came out on Atari 800. And in some cases, the 800 versions are better than this, than the C64 ones. This wee guy reminds me of, does anybody remember Captain Caveman? He looked a bit like this. And he was like covered in like fur, I think it was. And he kind of hung about with three chicks, if I remember rightly. That was meant to say arse biscuits. There we go. Arse bis. Right, one more go. But these games are the games that really hold a lot of nostalgia for myself. Oh, bollocks. Bollocks. Bum. Oh, bollocks. Right, that's Snokie. Right, next one we're going to play, and I do apologise, is the lovely Mrs. Gregory still in? Or if there's any ladies watching this tonight, I do apologise in advance about the next game. But you know what? It's part of history, so we have to include it. What was it called? Yes, strip poker. I mean, being a teenager growing up at this time, yeah, the thought of having pictures of naked women on your computer was like, wow. But trust me, when you see the graphics, it's yeah, you've got to have quite a vivid imagination. Excuse me. Strip poker. 364. Okay. Thing is, strip poker games were mega popular. I mean, there was loads. I think there was like Strip Poker 2, and there was Yeah, I should just put that out there right now, a disclaimer. I will not be taking off any clothes, so you're okay. Right, that's not working. Snip poker, side 1, D64. God, that brings back memories. Now, that tune you're hearing, that was what an early Sid tune sounded like. God, this takes me back. Yeah, right. Let's go for Melissa, shall we? I used to like playing poker right ante 2, 3, 4. Let's keep the high 9. Let's bet. Let's bet 15. She raises. I'll call her. I think she's bluffing myself. Oops. Right. Let's just keep. What was that? Was that an ace? No, it wasn't. Like, let's keep the single queen. Did you finish? Finish. She drew none. Bollocks. Right. I think she's got a decent hand. I think we'll drop. I thought they came out with some kind of smarmy comment. I like how the fact that the guy that drew the picture has actually got his name in it. Yeah, I could. You know what? I could actually. I might play some of the games on the C60 on the Atari because they are better. Right, wager. Right, I'll just do this last hand. What have I got? I'm gonna go for ace high, I think. Get rid of that. Oh wait a minute, that was a 2, wasn't it? Or was it? Yeah, it was a 2. Right, okay, finish. Perry jacks. Is she bluffing? Let's find out. Two pairs. Ouch. Right, it looks like I'm losing my trousers, folks. Right, on that bombshell, I think we'll crack on. Right, that was strip poker. Right, Fort Apocalypse. Yeah, let's load it on the Atari. I mean, it's good in the Commodore 64, but the Atari 800 one is the one to play. Right, I need to set this up. I've actually just put a new kind of image on my Mister, so a lot of these are being reset up again. What we're looking for, Apocalypse. Just out of, wait a minute, out of curiosity, in fact it's F, was Flack a game? Let's just try it. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Is it on? You press F10, don't you? BIOS. Oh, wait a minute. Let's try holding down F8 and then pressing F10, and that'll disable the basic. If this doesn't work, right, hang on. That sounds better. Or maybe not. Alright, let's do a reset. Put that in there, and then we'll hold down F8. If this doesn't work, then I think we'll just have to go back to the C64. I'll need to reset this up. There we are. Let's give it a quick go. I would say that this is actually a wee bit nicer. It's a bit quicker, I think. Not a lot to choose between it, but I do think that this is the better version, I would say. Evening, Russ, how are you, mate? It just looks a bit nicer actually as well. Oh, bollocks. Right, anyway, listen, we've played this. Let's, what was the game we're going to put on? We were going to put on For Apocalypse. I'm not going to play it to the end because it is one game that I'm actually not bad at. Because I've now cursed myself for saying that. For Apocalypse. It's worth it just for the sound when it starts. Feast your ears on this, folks. F8, F10. It's a fantastic game, this. Hang on, I've just realised something. Can you see the whole screen? Yeah, you can, that's fine. If you've never played this, you've got to play it. It's one of the best 8-bit games ever. It's a fantastic game. And it is one of the few games that I play even now. Well, piss off. You can piss off too, mate. Oh, bollocks. Does have some iffy sprite detection, but apart from that, it's not a game you can really rush. This is going to be tricky. Hey Graham, how you doing, mate? This is indeed on the Atari. It's been a while, mate. I hope you're doing well. What's happening? You never write, you never answer my phone calls, you ignore my text messages, dearie me, mate. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is a fantastic game on the C64 and Atari, but if you're going to play it, do yourself a favour, play it on the Atari. It's just so much better. It's got smooth scrolling. It just plays a lot better. I'm rushing this, which is not really advised. Like that. Excuse me. Xenon 2. Spill the beans, Graham. What are you doing with Xenon 2, mate? I'm rushing this, by the way. I can complete it, so yeah, I'm just trying to rush through it very, very quickly. Oh, bollocks. Right, anyway, listen, that is Fort Apocalypse. Ah, right, you're doing a new. Oh, I'm looking forward to that, Graham. Nice. Are you working? I take it you're not working with like the Bitmap brothers at all with this. I'm looking forward to seeing that, mate. Right, yeah, that was Fort Apocalypse. That is a fantastic game. Right, next one, Blue Max. Right, I'm going to go back to the Commodore 64 for that one. C64. Nice recoding it for the AG Amigas. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Right, what am I looking for? Blue Max. Oops. Unload cartridges. Yeah, I was getting worried about you, mate. You hadn't seen you in any of the streams. I mean, I've not been doing that many streams recently, but I've not seen you for a bit. I'm glad you're doing all right, mate. Did you go to the Zap event by any chance recently? What we're looking for? We're looking for Blue Max. I think we should just listen to this tune for a few minutes. I think I need to come up with another feature where I just I play an old game and we just load it off tape and we enjoy the loading music and what have you. What do you think? Think that's going to work? There's just something about the whole nostalgia. It's not just about the games. It's about the loading music, the title screen, everything that goes along with it. Right, let's batter in even this Bob Pollins. Oh, nice one, mate. Glad you're doing well. Gravity off, beginner. Right, how do we start? Balls. Right, you need, yeah, the controls are kind of reversed. You press up to take off. You got to wait until you get above 90. There we go. I did do a face-off kerfuffle with this, I'm sure, and I think I did pick the C64 one as my favourite version. I think the sound is just a wee bit better. Heavy use of the old filter on the SID chip. I didn't see it. I was down at Nerg. Didn't see you there, mate. Then you guys going to Blackpool? I think it's in fact it's this weekend coming, isn't it? Yeah, this is a great game. I don't think you can actually destroy that thing. Can you go... Let's try it. Can you actually go low enough to destroy things by shooting them with a gun? I don't know if you can. But yeah, back when all these games were coming out, they really felt like the cream of software, you know. The UK industry was still trying to kind of get to grips with the hardware. The thing is, the Atari had been out for a long time, and so it was already well established. And so when the C64 came out, there was all this American software that they just ported across to the C64. Sometimes it was better. In a lot of cases, it wasn't as good. And it did take the UK industry a wee bit of time to catch up. The thing is, eventually, software, they kind of stopped. Software did eventually dry up from America, and you know, the UK, your Gremlin Graphics, Elite, all these companies, Ocean, they started putting out really good games. And I think in the end, I think if you're to look at probably like the best games on these systems, you'd probably be lucky if any were American, because they're making games for much longer in the UK. But games like this are absolute stonewall classics. These games are the reason that I'm making videos. Because yeah, it was a hobby that it got under my skin, and I just never, to this day, I still love talking about and playing these games. Oh, bugger. There is actually quite a bit to it. Have I run out of bombs? I think I have. There is a wee bit more depth to this game than you first think. You know, you've got wind, you've got, you know, you get, I was going to say, you get injured, you have to repair you get damaged. Right, anyway, that's Blue Max. Next one, detached cartridge, is Zaxxon. Now, Zaxxon was one of these games, it just looked a dog's bollocks. It looked so much better than anything else that was out there at the time, because it was like 3D. It was like being there. Ox, the US adopted PCs and compatibles years before us, hence the exodus. Yeah, that's exactly it, mate. Right, what we're looking for? We're looking for Zaxxon. Is it Signsoft? Oh yeah, it will be. Again, I remember seeing screenshots of. I don't think it was this game. Well, it was this game, but it was the arcade version. I remember seeing screenshots of this in like PC computer and video games, and it just looked incredible. Oh, bollocks. The first tape game, really. Even now, it still looks lovely. Is that right? I'm not too sure about the Atari 800 version. See, the thing is that, well, no, the Atari did have good scrolling. But yeah, this is a fantastic version. I can't actually recall what the Atari one was like. But even now, I still think this is a game worthy of playing. Evening, Dale. Right, enough of that. Evening, Trev. How are you, buddy? Right. I actually done quite well. You know, I don't think I've actually ever. I don't think I ever actually got that far. What the hell? I must be getting better at games. Okay, well, let's just finish my game, shall we? It's not going to take very long. actually quite difficult trying to get the right kind of trajectory and altitude to take out these guys. Some days easier just trying to avoid them. There we go. Yeah, excellent game. Right, I'm just thinking, we're not going to get through. Oh, wait a minute. How are we doing for time now? We've got probably... Nah, you know what? There's too many good games. There's too many good games. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play... I'm going to play what I can up to half... I really need to get going at 9:30, folks. So I'm going to just play what I can up to 9:30. And then we can pick it up in a part 2, I think. So that was Zaxxon. Great game. Right, the next one in this list, I can't say I'm actually, I know the game, but I can't say I actually really played it. And it was one called Sentinel by US Gold. There was a game that came out later on called Sentinel, which was completely different. The Sentinel, yeah. So this was the, I think this is the US Gold one. Yeah, yeah. Created by Brian Brandenburg. Da-da. So I like the fact that they're advertising other games. 9 new games you can enjoy soon in your Commodore 64. Alley Cat, that was, I remember that. Doughboys? Encounter Morgul, not familiar with that one. New York City, not familiar with that one. Operation Escape, nah. Picnic Paranoia. Quasimodo Rainbow Walker, yeah, I don't know a lot of these. Right, that's alright, I don't know much about this. Are we just trying to avoid? I mean, the presentation is pretty damn good. It's probably quite a basic game, but you know, for an early game, you know, you need to bear in mind, you know, we just kind of had Space Invaders, and then suddenly you were playing stuff like this, which looked like, wow, look at this 3-dimensional game. Oh, wait a minute, I've just noticed, I think that number thing shows you where they are. Completely missed. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Dale. It feels a bit like Star Raiders. Star Raiders wasn't a game I ever played because I think that was the firmly the domain of the Atari 2600. Star Raiders is apparently one of Jeff Minter's, if not his favourite arcade game, but it's certainly one of his favourite video games. But it's pretty fast paced. Right, do we want to get that to go to 0? Yeah, you do, I think. It's actually not a bad little game. mean, that is very much something like out of Star Wars, isn't it? Right, so we've cleared that sector. As Del says, it's like a Diet Coke version of Star Raider, slightly less. I'm assuming we're going to avoid that. Slightly less depth. We need to go this way. To go down. Do we go up? Where the bastard in hell is it? I just love playing all these old games. There's just something really nice about wallowing in the nostalgia of these old games. This was where it was at, folks. I says it's games like this that you've got to thank for me making videos like this. You know, computer games could have been something that I played for a short time and then I just moved on, discovered girls and music and what have you, but yeah, whilst I still did discover girls and music, I never ever left computer games behind. Right, we'll try this last kind of sector thing and then we'll move on to, I think we've got one more game we can play. In fact, that actually works out quite nice because it means that we've looked at half of the games that were on this. If you're late to the stream, there was an advert that Julian Rignall posted on Twitter a couple of weeks ago for US Gold, and it's an advert that is really, it's etched in my brain. It was one of these adverts that appeared in all the magazines at the time, and it's just like I couldn't wait to get these games on my C64. Right, that is Sentinel. We're going to finish off with one of the most fucked up, bizarre, but ultimately great games to play, and it's Drelbs. It's a weird. I'm not going to apologise now if you do suffer from nightmares, because chances are you're going to get one. If you watch me playing this, it's a weird game. Yeah. It's hard to even describe this game. It's almost impossible to describe it. Do you want an Atari version of Drelbs? Right. I'll do that. Games. You know, there's so many awesome US Gold games. I would probably go so far as to say that my favourite, if I was to make a list of, I don't know, 50 Commodore 64 games, I would guess that the lion's share of them are going to be US Gold games. Drelbs, right, I don't know what the different versions are. We'll go for 3. 8, 10. Yeah, the idea behind this game is F2 start. There we go. The idea of this game is to make boxes by closing doors. If you make a box, then the box gets filled in. But trying to thwart your attempts to do that, there's two things that are chasing you. Well, you're not really chasing you. You've got the centipede thing, whatever it is, that kind of patrols the area. It goes around. Then, more horrifically, you've got this horrible envelope rectangle thing with a face. It's got this completely deadpan look. I mean, in fact, it's got its eyes closed, which makes it look even more sinister. And he just... Oh, bollocks. Balls! He just moves about, and he uncloses boxes, so as quick as you're trying to close them, he'll just reopen them. If you touch them, you die. So these are the two kind of baddies, but to make matters worse... Oh, bollocks, I can't actually do anything with them. To make matters worse, inside the boxes that have been completed like that, you'll get the bloody Beelzebub himself, the devil, will appear. And if you happen to go inside one of these boxes, then you lose a life. It's the most fucked up game you'll ever play. Oh shit. Fire button doesn't come into it at this point. In fact, I don't think it does. Does it ever come into it? Oh, I can get him. How hideous is that? Right, now that I've completed all the... now that all the squares are shut... Oh shit! All these squares start to kinda... Bollocks, they start to turn into... weird things. I'm not doing a very good job explaining it. If the square fills with little mini images of the character that you're playing, balls, Beelzebub. I just made that up. I don't know if it is that. Is that his name? I don't think it is. Yeah, if it fills up with pictures of you, then you go into a sort of bonus level. But if you move over an image of the devil, then you lose a life. It's just a totally batshit mental game. God, I mean, look at that. The end, it is quite literally the end. Look at it. That's awful. But I love the game. It's such... this was when computer games were fun. There was so much originality. Now, everybody's scared to dare make a game that's not a first-person shooter bollocks. Get rid of him. All you do is you kind of stun him for a few seconds. I mean, how horrible is that? Fucking hell. It's hideous. He will eventually come out. There he is. He's back out. Oof. You're completely playing... Oh, shit. Bollocks. You're completely playing with fire if you think you can trap them. It's usually down to luck more than anything. Right, now you see they'll all start to change into this weird... See, there's all the devils, but then you'll see some squares appear with you. The problem is, they never appear where you are, and they only appear for a couple of seconds. Oh, bollocks. Oh, damn it. Like I said, if you move into it and you time it right, then you end up with this little kind of bonus level thing. Get in there! Fucking hell, bugger off. And the movement of that thing is so kind of random and sporadic. Yeah, see, look at that. You've even got somebody like a girl screaming for help before the devil takes over. Oh shit. Yeah, that thing that kind of patrols the perimeter doesn't cause too many problems. Evening, Alex. How are you, my old son? Oh, bollocks. He says and then gets killed. Right, let's try and... Come on, let me get one of these. You'll notice if I'm sitting... Very rarely... Damn it! How are we doing for time? Right, I think we've got time for one more. This was one of these games that I remember loading up on the C64. I didn't have a clue what it was. And I'm like, I'm probably thinking, God, this is shit. And then before I knew it, 2 hours had passed and I was still playing it. And to this day, I still think it's a great game. This is what computers should be about. It should be things that are just not possible in real life. Damn it. I can't believe I've not actually managed to get to a little bonus level yet, but it is, like I said, it is a tough old game. Let's just sit here. Hey, there we go, right. Yeah, this is the bonus level. Again, it's just that the batshit mentalness continues. You're trying to avoid, I don't know what the hell it is, this little green thing. He can only fire up or down, he can't fire diagonally, so as long as you kind of stay out his way, then he can't get you. But again, and you're trying to rescue whatever it is you're playing. Oof, that was bloody close. Oh, balls. Ah, bollocks. There's probably, like any computer game, there's probably a certain strategy that you really want to adopt. I'm just not too sure what that strategy is. If you get too close to him, he's going to kill you. Damn it. Right, I think I've got time for one last one. The best tactics is to stay as far away from this thing as possible. I'm sure there's probably a way where you can try and maximise the number of squares you can make, if you know what I mean. Oops. There's one more, so I'm going to try and get past him. Oof. Oh, fucking hell. It's normally impossible to lose a life in that level. Unless you're me. Can't trap him, unfortunately. Oh, balls. I mean, that changed for, I don't know, a quarter of a second. Bollocks. Right, anyway, folks, yeah, I think we've left that at quite a nice point. Right, I'm going to turn that off for a second. There we go. Right, full screen, there we are. Yeah, I'll just quickly share what I was actually doing here. If you're late to the stream, I was display capture. Yeah, this was what we've been playing through. This was, I mentioned earlier on, Julian Rignall posted a picture of this, and it just got me thinking about, this was an advert that used to appear in all the early computer magazines, and it really just opens up a wave of nostalgia for lots of different reasons. All these games, they were all early American US Gold software, just fantastic. So the plan was to play them all, we've just finished the top part, so what I'm going to do in the next one, we've got some Stonewall classics, Bruce Lee, Beachhead, Aztec Challenge, Forbidden Forest, Slinky. All again, brilliant games. So I'm planning to do another stream at some point. When that's going to happen, I don't know, but you guys will be the first to know. So anyway, right, listen, I'm going to say good night. I said I'm off. I'm up early tomorrow. I've got a drive down to a place called Wrexham, which is in that there England. So listen, thanks very, very much to everybody that took time to join me tonight. Always enjoyed doing these. It wouldn't be the same if you folks weren't watching me. So as always, guys, until next time, thank you very, very much for watching.